Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Tennis Manager. This is episode 71. Of course, we're kicking off our new season, and we've rounded out our team now with Soo-Jung Kim, 21-year-old South Korean player who looks really good compared to, well, Zoe Pooks, for that matter. 3-star current ability, 4.5-star potential, and looking at her, she's already pretty solid as a player. Standard development also means that at 21 years of age, she's just starting to come into her prime development phase. So this is one who could probably be a winner, and we've got a few of these. Her speed definitely needs some work, but otherwise her physicals are good. Her mentals, the controllable ones, are good, though positioning could always use a couple more points. And then technical is what needs some work, but it's definitely not bad. Her serve power is, and if the skill shots aren't great either. But you've got everything at 11s and 12s or a couple 14s, and that's not bad for a young player. She will develop. She will get up there. She's already ranked 51st. She's won a couple international 140 tournaments, junior finals, a rookie 50 and a rookie 10, all already on her resume. This is a pretty solid young player. And welcome to Melbourne for the Australian Open. Yes, it is Grand Slam time. We opened the season with one of the big ones. Swiatek already into the round of 64 along with Pearson. Raducanu has made the round of 64, has a great chance to make the round of 32, and has at least a small shot to get past that point. Squaw tried to come through the qualifiers, did not make it. In fact, got knocked out in the first round of the qualifiers. Ayala with a first round upset. She's out. Kasanseva with an easy path into the round of 16. Montgomery, likewise, with a pretty easy path to get to the round of 16. Old target Katrina Scout has a decent path to try to move forward, at least through a couple of rounds. Difficult draw there, but luckily it's at least not these knocking each other all out immediately. Soo-Jung Kim and Yemafinova obviously will. They're going to have their head-to-head. Yemafinova would be the favorite to make the round of 32 from there. But then Popova goes against Ann Lee. She's got a difficult one there. And then Benchik after that. So, yeah, not an easy path really for any of those three going forward, but Yemafinova has at least a decent chance to make the round of 32. Nakunye and Goff likely to play each other in the second round, but both of them with difficult first round draws. Krager with a really tough first round draw. In fact, that's one of the toughest first round draws you're probably going to see. Closest matchup, highest ranked matchup. Balance anyway. No telling how long ago it was that these two played each other, but Batara only ranked 115th, 35 years of age now, so I mean this could have been many years ago, but she did beat Montgomery the only time they ever played. Not this time though, but she certainly made a match of it. 7-6, 6-3, 6-4 in the opening round. 11 aces, just +3 on the total winners and the unforced errors. Very similar as well. Really, the service stats were kind of the difference here. We had the head-to-head, so somebody had to lose. So Kim is out. Yemafinova moving on. Prepova losing to Ann Lee in that opening round as well. So that's two players so far out of the tournament, plus one that didn't qualify. Raducanu into that round of 32, but a very, very difficult path from here. Unlikely to get any further, or at least not likely to get much further. If she gets past this one, she's not going to get past Swiatek. Most likely, she doesn't have that quality. But tournament is definitely starting to take shape. Kazanseva still alive and definitely a favorite to get to the next round. And finally, we get to where Montgomery comes in. Still an easy path for now onto that round of 16. Second round, a little more comfortable. 6-2, 6-3, 6-2, 7 aces. huge advantage there. Almost a plus 10 on the winners, and the unforced error is almost identical. That's that's what you want to see out of a player who's top 5 and has won a couple Grand Slams. Zoe Pwooks was not here either. She is at another tournament, Rookie 50. She made it to the quarters there, and that means we had 5 present, and we have 2 out so far. So we have 3 players remaining in the tournament as we continue into the later rounds, which is not bad because that's kind of what we've normally had when we've had 3 top 10 or top 15 players. Now we're just looking at a few top 25 players, so to make it to that same stage. Raducanu did pull the upset to make it into the round of 16. I think this is going to be the furthest she has made it into a Grand Slam. That's going to certainly help increase the odds of getting her re-signed for next season. But with Swiatek up next, it's not likely that she'll get much further. Third round, yet again, comfortable. In fact, really easy. This player was ranked just outside of the top 100. They did well to get as far into the tournament as they did. 6-1, 6-1, 6-3. Again, service stats, very favorable. The total winners, more than doubling, plus 30. And 1 fewer unforced error. Yemefinova knocking off Benchik. First spot in the quarters goes to Swiatek, but Raducanu did a really good job just to make it that far. Kazantseva in for a running to the quarters, but she's got a very difficult path. Montgomery has a great chance to make it to the quarters and maybe beyond. In fact, she's got a pretty favorable draw thus far. Yemefinova has done really well to make it this far, but like Raducanu, it does not look likely that she'll get any further, though, as we've seen, Osaka is beatable. She already had 1 solid upset, 6-2, 6-2, 6-1 to beat Benchik. Goff has knocked off Anaswova and Nakonye on her way to the round of 16, which is better from her, as we've seen a lot of disappointing performances. Boskova is the last unseeded player in the tournament. 2-1 all time against the 32-year-old. They do have good form. We want high serve intensity for this one, and do we want it to be serve and volley? Sure, why not? Let's see how that goes. Ooh, serve and volley was not the way to go, as that has failed us. 7-5, 1-6, 2-6, 6-7. I have not been using the serve and volley, but every single match it keeps resetting to it. It wants to do serve and volley for some reason. I need to get it to change that up. I've been manually changing it in 2 out of the 3 matches, and then I went for 2 out of 4, and yeah, no, she is out. 15 aces, sure, that's nice, but 5 double faults, so we gained 10 points through serve and volley, but then we don't get as many winners, and you could clearly see that. The unforced errors wasn't terrible at 22. In fact, that's really good. It's under 10%, but the opponent, much cleaner. Only 10 unforced errors. She played really well. Yemefinova continues on in the tournament. She has done really, really well. She's out in the semis, losing to Andreescu. But yeah, a semifinal appearance for Yemefinova already. Still just a 3-star talent. I think I'm going to start taking a little bit of a different approach with the series here as we head into what I assume is the last couple months of this series. And here's the idea for the approach. For one, it's 2030 in game. We've been playing a long time now. We've got a couple Grand Slams. The infrastructure is almost complete. There's a couple upgrades to finish, and then the last 2 upgrades to go once those are done. So infrastructure's there. Staff is just about maxed out, besides what's going to come from those last couple upgrades. And now it's all about just developing champions. And then, of course, all that really matters is the Grand Slams. How many titles can we get? How many titles can we produce? So the 4 slams every year, and then maybe the finals at the end of the year, are just about all that are going to matter. So at this stage, I think I'm planning on getting to and through one Grand Slam with every episode and seeing how it goes. Now, this one saw Yamafanova make the semis, but otherwise disappointing performance from the team leader Montgomery, and just the occasional highlight on development, like how this week went, so we can see kind of where everybody was. Kim, oh yeah, Kim is good. I focused on speed. She picked up we'll round that up, 64% in 3 training sessions. So over 20% per session. That's really good. She picked up a level of reflexes. She nearly picked up serve power, even though those weren't focused on. Zoe, not good. So, but that was tournament. So Zoe played a tournament, not training. Okay. Montgomery, serve accuracy up a level, now a 15. Serve power is another one that I'm targeting, trying to bring that up to a 14. It's getting close, but her development has definitely slowed. She's not developing as fast as she used to, so we've hit that stage where it's really dropped off. But of course, she's got herself just into that top 5 right now. Not quite world champion level, as there's 3 or 4 that are, and she's that next player. But she's so close, and she's done enough to win a couple tournaments. Now we'll keep plugging away at her. She's still a long-term project. Prepova, speed was my target. Most of my players are coming to me really, really slow, and I think that's an issue. You have to be able to move laterally a lot in this sport, and so you need a lot of speed and you need a lot of agility to be successful. And then you have to have all those technical skills, but I think so much of it starts with some speed and agility. If you are ridiculously slow, unless people hit the ball at you, you're just not going to play that well. They're just going to hit it to where you're not. So that's kind of why I start with that. Well, anyway, we got her up to a 10 already, so we got her into double digits. Squaw, same thing. Look at that huge upgrade. 3 training sessions. Volley came up while we were at it. Reflexes, which is the byproduct of the speed one, nearly comes up as well. We're going to keep plugging away because it's only a 10, so we want to get that at least to a 13 before we move on to other things. So Squaw's just going to keep plugging away at getting some speed. That's going to definitely bring the reflexes to a 12 here pretty soon. Maybe we'll get that to a 13 by the time we get this to a 13. And then we'll start turning our attention to other places. But Squaw and Kim both look like really strong candidates. Prepova is definitely developing fast. I think the one that I'm worried about is Zoe Puix, who we'll see. Her training wasn't that bad compared to Prepova, but these two are definitely on a different level. Kim and Squaw, though, great talents. Yamafanova, likewise. Raducanu, of course, is just that hey, let's make something happen kind of prospect. We've got her into the top 25, but I'm not sure we're ever going to turn her into a Grand Slam winner in this game. And here is that weekly team report. Yamafanova's semifinal trip has got her all the way up to 16th in the rankings now. Raducanu, who had dropped a spot, gets that spot back. She's at 22nd. Squaw has only played like 1 senior level tournament, so that's just, we haven't got her into that. Zoe, down in a similar place. Prepova, 75th. Montgomery, though, back up to 4th, ahead of Osaka. And Sujung Kim sitting at 45 in the rankings. I would imagine she'll come up pretty quick with the development like Yamafanova. We'll get her into the top 25 maybe before the end of this season. But that's good. That means 4 top players, and then with the rapid development of some of the others, I like our chances. I really only dislike one of our players right now, so that's a good thing. And and there is a ton of potential in this group, which is exciting because we haven't seen that for a little while, as we had some top talents that were developing a little slower, and then all of a sudden we saw Squaw come in last season, and it was like, wow. Well, now we've got a bunch of those. We've got quite a few, so I'm excited by what could happen with this team. That is a Grand Slam in the books, though, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this episode up here, and then I'm going to do some work off camera, and I'll see you for the next one. I will get into that next Grand Slam in the next episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.